hands, dirty money, is it worth it? Stacking cash bundles, counting 20, 50s, 100s. The world is mine, I take it how I earned it, and I did it all on purpose. I'm the king of circles, smooth is the business, yeah, I'm forever hustling. Snakes and rats clocking earnings, they be hating. Baby, you know I'm working, my life I be living, I'm reaping my riches. I'm the king of circles. I'm the king of circles. King of Circles, novel by Kingg Double. Chapter 6, Mistaken Love. How did Serafina get in such a bad place? How did her relationship with her boyfriend Eric turn into this? They were together for 3 months. The love connection they had for each other felt like 3 years. She thought he was different. She thought he was her knight in a shiny suit. Nobody dressed like him where she was from. She thought he was the one. She was wrong. How could he do this to Serafina? He made her feel worse than anybody ever. Now he must pay. How did this happen? She was thinking as she was driving towards Eric's condo. How did she let her brother Frago talk her into what was about to take place? She warned Eric to love her and never cross her. But no, Eric thought Serafina was a joke. He thought she was a regular female. Serafina was far from regular. She is a demon girl. The demons were a very small biker gang with 5 members. 1 female, 2 runners, and 2 gunners. That was all they needed. They was small but powerful. Once they linked up with Doom, they started to see the money. Doom was their financial advisor, as Doom called himself many times. Doom was calling the shots, and they were making the plays. Doom did not control the demons. He only gave them jobs. Stick-ups, laydowns, and drop-offs were their main workloads. If it was danger involved, the demons loved it. Doom and his crew controlled this area of town like the mayor of the underworld. He saw the demons as a way to move drugs and control turf undetected. Doom thought the demons brought a necessary fear factor to his organization. The demons always handled business on time. It was a good financial relationship for Doom. With Doom as the demons' new connection, they were starting to make a huge name for themselves. They did more than just ride cool Harleys and Hondas. They committed crimes, armed robbery, assault and battery, drug trafficking. Criminal activity was their favorite pastime. They took over the entire south side of Old Town with brute force and high quality drugs. If you lived on the south side of Old Town, you knew Serafina and her 4 henchmen, Mike Guns, Nico, Frago, and Thriller. Meeting them was like meeting a bunch of troubles. They caused problems wherever they went. How did Serafina end up dating Eric is still a mystery. Eric is a real estate investor who loves his work. He was a brainiac with a cocky attitude and slick blonde hair. He wore office suits every day, no matter the weather. He liked to portray himself like he had more money than he actually owned. So much so that he always talked about making big deals worth $50,000 to $100,000 at a time. That was his game plan, to wear suits and talk big numbers around his lady friends. Eric was no mobster. He knew nothing about the streets. Has never committed a crime or even gotten a speeding ticket. Raised in the suburbs his whole life, he has never heard of the demons. All he knew was that he liked Serafina. He was in love with her sassy ass attitude and pink mohawk. She was rough around the edges, but he liked wild women. He spent money on her because he wanted to impress her, take her from the world he knew nothing about. Frago and Thriller are riding their choppers following behind Serafina on her hog, headed to Eric's condo. 1 hour earlier. Hello? Hey sis, what's wrong? What's happened? When? Oh yeah? Nobody fucks with the demons. Okay. Meet me at the spot. Yeah, 5 minutes. Phone hangs up. Frago turns to Thriller and explains. My sister says she caught her man cheating on her this morning. She wants us to teach him a lesson. He's that real estate investor she's been hanging around with lately. Yeah? So what? Thriller says with no interest. You need to stay out of your sister's love life. We commit crimes, not counsel relationships. Yeah, but she's still a demon girl, Frego explains. We need to make sure nobody fucks with the demons. Thriller cannot believe what he's hearing. So now we're gonna go around stepping down on every man who dates Queen Demon? Thriller shakes his head and reminds Frego, I'm in the business for making money, and right now is not the time to be worrying about the Queen's feelings being hurt. We still have to figure out how we're gonna pay for the package Nino and Mike Guns lost. But that's not our fault, Frego says. I thought Mike Gunn said that since it was a bust with no arrest, we were good. Yeah, nobody went to jail, but Doom does not take losing easily. Thriller shakes his head. That's the part he's not telling you. Doom does not believe them. He wants his money for that fucked up delivery. Frego is listening. Thriller explains what Doom told him. Doom figures how you busted and not arrested. Doom is not going for that shit. His message was, if the demons do not pay up, that must mean the demons took food off of his table. Doom says we should have ran away with the work or went down with it. Either way, he wants his money. Frego got offended. Went down with it? Fuck Doom. We should rob him. Then we will own the entire Old Town. He's lucky all we lost was a bike, or he would be paying us. Yeah, a bike with $50,000 worth of product, Thriller defends. We do not have the money to cover that loss. Thriller was getting frustrated. He thought about the way Mike Guns and Nico treated the delivery. They are fucking dumbasses. Why did these two dumbasses figure they need to rob a gas station? Mike Guns is carrying 2 keys of dope. Him and Nico decide, fuck this delivery, let's rob a corner store. Fucking dumbasses. Why did they stop? Thriller asked. He told me he was buying gas for the bike. Frego replied with disbelief. The gas clerk got smart mouth with him and an argument broke out. Long story short, he robbed the store. The cops came and they had a shootout. They rolled off on Nico's chopper and left Mike Gunn's bike holding the work at the gas station. He said he had to because the cops had it surrounded. Thriller still not believing it. He shook his head for the 3rd time. You hear this shit? The clerk made him mad, so he robbed him. 2 keys of dope on his hog and he wants to rob a broke ass store clerk. Fucking dumbass. That is what he said, Frego confirmed. Even you don't believe that story, Thriller noticed, and continues with his exactness in his voice. How do you think Doom feels about his money? Excuses are not what Doom wants. Doom wants his money. Thriller shakes his head for one more time. Get the money and come straight back. They didn't. Now we have no money, no dope, and Doom wants our heads. Man, fuck Doom and his watchdogs. Frego pulls out his gun. I'm not scared of Doom. I am a demon. We will pay him when we get it. If not, fuck Doom. Frego cocks his gun and points it in the invisible face of Doom. Frego whispers, pow, pow. Frego's sister, Serafina, was speeding towards them. Her head was down and her right wrist was locked back. She got a few feet in front of them and broke her bike into a 360 endo, stopping with the rear wheel on the ground. She jumps off her bike, walking fast to the table. It looks like she has been drinking and crying. I want you to rob my boyfriend, Eric, Serafina says as she flops down at the chair next to Frego. Thriller looks at Frego, disappointed, then turns to Serafina and says, yeah, your brother told me. Why do you want us to rob your lover? He crossed me. He deserves it, Serafina said flat tone. Thriller kept pressing for answers. Okay, what am I going to get for roughing him up? Serafina explains, well, he's a real estate investor. You know the guys that buy and sell houses? Thriller asks, okay, what does that have to do with me? He just made a deal for $100,000 yesterday. We could take it from him, Serafina explains. 100 grand? Frego jumps in. We could pay off Doom, get extra, and keep the change. Let's do it. Where is he at now? Hold on, Frego, Thriller explains. Serafina, how do you know he has 100 stacks? Because he told me last night, Serafina assures them. When he took me on a $2,000 shopping spree, he kept bragging about how he sold a house for $100,000. Thriller is still asking questions. So he takes you on a date, and now you want us to rob him. Was the date that bad? What did he do to you? Serafina tries to explain. Well, he fuck what he did. Frego interrupts. He should have never fucked with a demon. Serafina looks off, wondering if this was a good idea, telling her brothers about Eric. Present time. Serafina is inside Eric's condo. Thriller and Frego are in the elevator on their way up. Serafina wasted no time confronting Eric. Eric is laid back on the sofa in the middle of his living room. Serafina straddled over him with her hand around his tie and the other clenching her 6-inch razor-sharp switchblade. The needle-point steel blade is piercing into the lower left side of Eric's throat. He is trapped. "You will pay for what you did to me," Serafina said with anger. Serafina tightened up her grip around Eric's neck. He tries to resist the pressure. He lifts his hands up. Serafina digs her blade deeper into his skin. A drip of blood bubbles up on the tip of her blade. Eric knows Serafina will slit his throat without hesitation. He put his hands down and pleads for his life. "What's wrong, baby? What are you talking about? Calm down. Let's talk about it." Frego busts through the front door. The noise startled both Eric and Serafina. Frego walks in, waving his gun, yelling through the entryway. "Yeah, motherfucker, the demons are here now." Thriller ran with his gun drawn, passing Frego, heading directly to Eric. He points his gun to Eric. In the same motion, he hits Eric in the face with the barrel of the gun. The impact of the swing made Eric's head wobble like a thick water balloon. His teeth were bloody. Frego focused his gun slightly on Eric's movements. Serafina jumped off of Eric's lap. Quietly, she stands in the background watching. Eric sits up. "What the fuck?" Eric says, reaching for his bloody lip. "Where's the money?" yells Frego, standing over Eric. "What money?" Eric spits blood out of his mouth. "All I have is what is in my wallet." He points at his wallet at the coffee table in front of them. Thriller grabs the wallet, keeping an eye on Eric. He counts out $2,400, all $100 bills. "Is this it?" Thriller says, flashing the money around. Frego looks at the money and gets frustrated. "Bullshit, where's the 100 grand? Thriller raises money again. "This ain't enough." Frego looks at Serafina. "Didn't you say he made 100 grand yesterday?" Serafina says her first words since the demons walked in the room. "Yes." Eric looks up from his bloody hands holding his busted lip. He was confused. "Serafina, did you set me up?" Serafina put her head down when her eyes met Eric's. She was confused. He was disappointed. Frego looks at Serafina, smirked, then looked back at Eric and said with the evil grin, "Heartbroken. Get over it." Frego shoves his gun on Eric's nose. "Now, where's the rest of the fucking money?" "I do not have any more money." "Eric, please, I swear. I only make 5% commission. I paid my rent. I took my lovely girlfriend backstabbing Serafina on a shopping spree, and this is the thanks I get." "Bullshit," Frego demands. "Serafina, did you see the money?" "Well, not exactly," Serafina explains. "He told me about it last night." "What you mean, not really?" Thriller said, surprised. Eric looked at Serafina. "Oh my God, you set me up. Wow. Really, babe? You fucking set me up. Because of what I told you last night? I told you I sold a house for $100,000. That did not mean that I made that much. I only make 5% commission on every sale. That was my first sale in 3 months. I only make a little fewer than $5,000 after the fees. You have half of it right there in my wallet." "Shit! I told you, man," Thriller said to Frego when he heard the mathematics. "I told you not to follow behind your sister's love life. We are demons. This is petty cash right here. This guy only has fucking $2,000. What the fuck are we gonna do with that?" Thriller's searching the rest of the condo for more money. Comes back with nothing. Eric is disappointed at his woman. He wipes the blood from his mouth and turns to Serafina. He waits until she looks up at him. "Serafina, why do you do this to me? I thought you loved me." Serafina speaks with anger and jealousy. "Don't give me that shit. I do love you. You don't love me. You cheated on me. I saw you this morning." "I cheated? This morning?" Eric was lost. He wipes his bloody lip. "What are you talking about? I do love you. I only have eyes for you, baby." "Save that bullshit." Serafina cuts off his sob story. "I saw you with that redhead bitch this morning. I saw you, Eric. Don't lie to me. You are a cheater." Eric laughs. "Redhead? You mean my sister? I gave her a couple dollars today because she needed my help. That redhead you saw this morning was my sister, Emily. I'm telling you the truth. Baby, she was visiting from South Florida this weekend and I gave her some money." "Emily? Who the fuck is a fucking Emily? She's not your sister. I don't believe you. Don't give me that shit, Eric. I saw you all over that bitch this morning. You don't believe me? Look in my wallet. I have a picture from when we was kids, Eric explains. Thriller picks up the wallet, looks inside it. Yep, looks like him. A blonde boy with the redhead girl about age 10 or so, with what looks like their parents. Is this the girl from this morning? He hands her the picture. Fuck, Serafina said under her breath, looking at the pic, recognizing a younger version of the woman from this morning. Eric looks at Serafina. Baby, why didn't you just ask me? I would have told you. Now you got me held hostage with these hoodlums in my house. I figured you were street, but I would have never guessed you would commit a home invading burglary. Serafina, I thought you wanted better. I thought we had something. I'm sorry, baby, Serafina apologizes. I thought you were unfaithful. I did not know that was your sister. You never told me you had a sister. It's okay, baby. Simple mistake. Just tell your friends to put the guns away, and you can keep the money. Eric looked at Thriller and then at Frego and back at Serafina again. Yeah, keep it. Just get your biker friends from hell out of my house. Eric, I am so sorry, Serafina says lightly. Eric accepts Serafina's apology. Baby, it's okay. Just leave. I still love you, Serafina. I love you too, Serafina says, walking towards Eric with open arms. Do you forgive me? Serafina rushed into Eric's arms. Eric hugs her back tightly. His bear hug was getting tighter and tighter. He quickly turned his loving hug into a headlock, grabbing her tightly by the neck. Applying tight force, he pulled her closer and reached for his gun under the couch cushion. Fucking ungrateful bitch, Eric yells. Within an instant, Frego put his gun up to Eric's eye. He squeezed off a shot before Eric could get a good grip on his concealed weapon. Eric's brain splattered all over the wall. His brain guts shot everywhere. No doubt about it, Eric was dead. Serafina had blood all over her face and clothes. Her pink mohawk was now red. Seeing her man dead in her arms with half of his face missing made her feel cold. She could not believe that she was the reason for her boyfriend's murder. Killing people is nothing new for her since she had been a member of the Demons. They claim at least 2 bodies a week, but this one felt different. This one was the man she loved. She did not realize it until she saw his headless body slumped over, squirting blood and brains all over her. Why did she do this? Why did she set up the only man who loved her? Why is all she kept thinking to herself while they calmly walked out of Eric's condo into the elevator. It was a sad and very quiet walk back to their motorcycles. Thriller looked mad and distracted. Frego was Frego, as always, excited to have gotten another strike on his long murder merc list. Serafina was still thinking about Eric, with no emotion except for emptiness. Thriller and Frego decided to take Serafina out. She did not look so good. On the way to the house, the chain Serafina was numb. She hit the throttle hard and burnt out her back wheel. Letting off the brakes, she catwalked into oncoming traffic. She left everyone behind from her reckless riding. When she got upstairs in her apartment, she was furious. When Frego and Thriller arrived minutes later, she was pacing the upstairs hallway balcony, overlooking the living room. The high-speed wind from the ride made Eric's blood hard and dry on her face. She could not speak. She just kept pacing back and forth. Frego sat on the couch downstairs in the living room and checked his gun. He pulled bullets out of his pockets, reloading it. Cocks and loads one in the chamber, then puts it under his demon's jacket. Thriller walks upstairs to meet with Serafina in the bathroom. I know your brother can be an asshole sometimes, but he does love you. You know that, right? She turned around and looked up at him. He knew that she was hurt. He could tell by the blank look in her face. Thriller gave her a hug and slipped her a gram of cocaine to calm her nerves. She took the bag but did not respond. He was standing at the entryway when she stepped back and closed the door, locking it behind her. She turned on the shower to hot, full blast. took off her bloody shirt, dumped the coke into the palm of her hands, and put the entire bag up her nose in 3 sniffs. She wipes her face, then looks in the mirror. She gave her own evil eyes a frozen blank stare for a few minutes. She was dead and empty inside. She undressed slowly, still looking into her own eyes. The mirror began to steam, so she could no longer see her wicked ways. Stepping slowly into the shower, the water soothed her skin. She got completely under the shower head and let the steaming hot water glaze on her face. Blood ran down her skin into the shower drain. The enormous ball of cocaine in her nose slid down her throat, her face numb to the hot water. Her nipples hardened to the heat beads beating on her flesh. Her body was tingling. Her mind was relaxing. She missed Eric. She closed her eyes. She could feel his presence in the shower. He walked in behind her. He leaned into her arms. She could feel his strong arms holding her wrist, his firm hands touching her hips, squeezing her skin tightly. He was the only man could make her cream from his touch. So touched, yet so gentle. She climaxed, wanting to kiss him back. She turned around and opened her eyes. He was gone. She calmed down, but it only made her angry inside. Her blood boiled. No amount of drugs would fix the emptiness she felt in her heart. She could not get the vision of his blood spattering out of his head and onto her face off of her mind. Eric, no. I'm so sorry, baby. Fuck. Why did I tell my brother about my man? He always overreacts. Now my lover is dead. I love you, Eric. I'm so sorry. Eric is dead. She silently cried real tears under the shower water. That was her man. He loved her, and she now knew it. He was the only man she felt could get her away from these crazy, trigger-happy fools she was stuck with. She finished her shower and went to a closet. She picked up her all-black leather miniskirt and a tight V-neck white t-shirt and boots. Demons for life, she said while putting on her demon's jacket. She had not worn the leather logo since the day she met Eric. While she was changing, Thriller got on a phone call. Okay, yeah. I'll be there. When? Now? Okay. Phone hangs up. Shit, that was Doom. He wants us to meet with Magic and Muno. Fuck. Frago rubs his head. Only if that real estate dude had some money, we would be on time for the pickup. Yeah, man, I know, Thriller replies. Frago gets mad. I told you, let's just rob Doom and take over the city. Man, are you talking crazy again? Just chill. I'll handle everything. Thriller wipes his face and then points upstairs. Tell Serafina to hurry up. We're going to meet them at the sports bar on the 22nd Avenue in 5 minutes. King of Circles. King of Circles. King of Circles. Blood on my hands, dirty money, is it worth it? Stacking cash bundles, counting 20s, 50s, 100s. The world is mine, I take it how I earned it, and I did it all on purpose. I'm the king of circles. Smooth is the business, yeah, I'm forever hustling. Snakes and rats clocking earnings, they be hating. Baby, you know I'm working my life, I be living. I'm reaping my riches, I'm the king of circles. I'm the king of circles. King of Circles, novel by King Double. Thank you for tuning in. This is the end of this chapter on King of Circles, novel by King Double. To follow this audiobook series and many others from King Double, please be sure to bookmark and add us, novels by King Double. To send your love, support, and donations, you could Cash App us at $ King Double. That is Cash App at $ KINGGDOUBLE. Thank you all for your support. To be our loyal friends and fans, follow us on all social networking platforms. The links are in the bio. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and tell a friend. Until next episode, stay tuned. Kingg Double.